Welcome everyone to the OP5 Remote Management webinar. We have more than 44 people attending, so please save the questions until the end when we will open the chat. This webinar explains what OP5 Remote Management is and why you will benefit from it. We will also do a quick recap of who we are and mention what we have planned for the future. The presenters are Jonas, Vestin, CEO, and Niklas, Hägg, Professional Services Manager. Please hold your questions until the end. I now hand over to Jonas Vestin.
Good day everyone, and warm welcome to this webinar with OP5. My name is Jonas Vestin. I am the CEO of OP5, and I'm happy to welcome so many of you to this session. This session will cover the hot topic of how to optimize your monitoring solutions and how to optimize the resources that you dedicate to monitor your IT infrastructure. We will describe the opportunity to let OP5 manage your OP5 monitoring implementation remotely to achieve both the best-in-class monitoring solution and the best possible resource usage for your own organization. Our agenda looks as follows: a quick introduction to the OP5 solutions, what has happened recently within the OP5 world, a few words about our service line of business, and then the main topic of the course, the offering we are launching today, OP5 Remote Management, that will be presented to you both in terms of service description and the associated benefits. We will also share some of the OP5 highlights of the spring, and finally, of course, be open for questions. But first, we have some very old friends at this webinar. Welcome to all of you. But also some very recent friends of OP5. Welcome to all of you too. So I would like to take the opportunity to give a brief overview and introduction to OP5 and our monitoring solutions. OP5's monitoring solution is unified, which means that it renders the possibility to a complete control over all aspects of your IT infrastructure, not only a certain piece of it. Graphs, dashboards, overviews, they will all together ease your infrastructure planning and make it possible to scale up your IT environment to the needs of your business requirements, and to do that at highest possible security and integrity level, all at an affordable and predictable pricing point. We offer this solution as two products, OP5 Monitor and OP5 Live. OP5 Monitor is the fully stacked monitoring solution for the requirements of a large enterprise. We also provide you with OP5 Live, an intuitive web-based software as a service product. OP5 Live makes a good fit for monitoring of web services, web applications, and web content. OP5 Live can measure your service levels with services like Google Apps or Amazon Web Services from user-friendly and easily accessed interfaces on your mobile phone or similar devices. OP5 Monitor is the best priced unified solution on the market, with a single dashboard view used by the operations of some of the most complex IT infrastructure environments on the planet. The distributed feature of OP5 Monitor is what makes the product used in the most distributed global organizations you can find. Organizations that live the reality of hybrid IT, the combination of on-premises data centers together with cloud solutions. A key driver to our clients is automation, the trend to increase automation of IT. Automation requires standardization. Standardization, in turn, is dependent on stability in the IT performance, stability in the IT operation, and operational excellence around documentation, operation, reporting, best practice. These are areas we are proud to name ourselves to be mentioned by our most important clients as our key differentiators. As a member of the OpenStack Foundation, our future roadmap is committed to OpenStack, which will open a new world of potential to our clients in terms of adjacent solutions, standardized plugins out of the OpenStack ecosystem, and a reliable framework for customized development. The ambition of our OpenStack commitment is to be both the state-of-the-art monitoring solution today and the future-proof monitoring solution of tomorrow. To finalize this introduction, what has happened in the world of OP5 since last time? Well, I have had the honor of joining OP5 as the CEO of the company 6 months ago, and I'm truly enjoying the fantastic journey of this organization together with you. We have launched a new website that carries a graphical profile and a message profile that is strongly reflecting the demands of our strategic clients of today. OP5 has also released improvements for clustered installations of OP5 Monitor and also full support of CentOS 7 and Red Hat Linux 7 software releases. Please use our release notes to get more details about this enhanced functionality. And by that, I would like to hand over to the Vice President of our Professional Services Division, Niklas Hägg. Please be welcome into the webinar.
Thank you, Jonas. Well, this is going to be about OP5 remote management, but since I am the manager for PS here, I have to mention PS in a slide. What we do is, of course, consulting. We do project management, installations, upgrades, both on-site and remote, and also integrations of third-party products such as Grafana and ServiceNow. So everything that consultants usually do. Of course, we focus on the OP5 products. So to start off, there is a challenge. Today, many of you will probably recognize yourself in the triangle to the left. Daily ops use up resources that instead could focus on development and visionary work of what you monitor and what you could deliver to the rest of the organization. The goal is to turn this around. The need for domain knowledge. Needless to say, monitoring requires quite deep domain knowledge, especially if you want to get the most out of your monitoring solution. You may have trouble finding the right people for the job or feel a need to shift focus. So with the help of OP5 remote management, you will get expert monitoring knowledge, since our excellent support will be running this service. OP5 will run the daily ops of monitor, no more adding, deleting hosts, etc. You will have time to focus on the business part of monitoring, pleasing the rest of the organization with accurate alarms and graphs. To clarify, OP5 remote management is not a NOC service. All alarm handling and decisions on what should be presented is still performed by the customer, but of course in close collaboration with OP5. So why OP5 remote management? We see an increasing demand on information from customers and organizations. The ever-increasing global availability sets a new play field for what should be presented from today's network monitoring solutions. So, based on our input and experience from existing OP5 customers, our market, and our development, we now have OP5 remote management as a new part of our offering. And that's a good thing. Today, monitoring is not only about pinging your router or checking a server. It's all about the business of your company. Sorry. Wrong. It should be on the description part. Thank you. As I said, it's not all about pinging and checking routers. It's all about the business of your company. This, of course, includes some pinging as well. We'll never get away from that one. And that's our roots. But how does OP5 remote management fit into this? Well, it will give you time to enhance your delivery, time to focus on your business, time to make your colleagues happy, and for some of us, time to please management could be an important part. So the focus can be on what the organization need and wants from your monitoring solution, such as graphs, diagrams, maps, that kind of stuff that the rest of the organization usually likes. So what is OP5 remote management? Here are some of the things we will do and that you will get. We will be adding, deleting hosts. No need for any hands-on. We will be adding and deleting users. We will be configuring new services. This will increase the delivery to other parts of the organization in having control over CRM, external web, finance, fleet management, etc. Setting up templates to shorten time for setting up new hosts and host groups could be vital in a big environment. Remote upgrades. We will see to it that you always have the right release and you're upgraded in specified service windows that you will specify for us. Also, you will get how-to and best practice. Since support is running the service, this is natural upside. Best practice is extra important when handling larger environments. It can get confusing when you have thousands of hosts and services to manage. Continuous improvement. OP5 will have domain and customer specific knowledge to be able to suggest changes and new ways of monitoring. Continuous managing of threshold values and adding new ones. We know from experience that this is a big challenge for our customers. So I think this one is really important. Also, of course, we will have documentation of all the changes being made in the system. So, what do we need from you? We need a safe VPN connection, of course, since this is done remotely. Admin user to be able to do something. And initially, we will require a single point of contact for the change requests. This will give faster support, and it will also make you as a customer to actually assign someone to be the go-to guy or girl when it comes to monitoring. This can be a good thing, because often there is no real ownership of the monitoring function within companies. And that can create some confusion. SLA and change requests then. Change requests will be submitted in OP5 support ticketing system. Of course, this can be handled in other ways if, for example, the customer have security regulations that prevent standard submission. And for this new service, statement of work for OP5 remote management applies together with our general terms and conditions. And there is more specified on this slide what's included. Benefits of OP5 remote management. What benefits will you get with OP5 remote management? Well, you will get time, no need to handle the daily ops. And when you have time, you will gain control, hopefully become the masters of control, reporting graphs, etc. Less risk, experienced staff will take care of upgrades. You can focus on development of the monitoring solution and what you can get out of it. Business services, you will get time to tweak business services monitoring. And this is where we see a great increase in demand from the customers monitoring the business services actually. You will get faster support. Since support is running the OP5 remote management service, they will have an in-depth knowledge about the customer's environment, challenges and problems. So what is the next step? Well, get in touch with us and then we can give you an estimate on how much money and time we can save for you with OP5 remote management. We're happy to come visit you if it's possible, or an online meeting. And we have some more info about the pricing model here. The pricing is based on the license size, number of hosts, number of change requests, time to resolve SLAs, estimated time per week, and the contract length is 1 year. And that was more or less it about the remote management part. We have to mention that we have a couple of upcoming webinars, premium support on the 11th of April, and MSP licensing on the 19th of April. And now over to Jonas, and then we will have some Q&As.
Thank you, Niklas. I would like to summarize Niklas' session here with that the objective of this remote management services is for our customers to have the operational staff to focus on doing the monitoring with our monitoring tool without having to spend time on how the monitoring tool actually works and why it's working or not. That service is handed over to us and they could focus on doing the monitoring itself. And that's the conclusions and that's the value of the service we're offering today. As Niklas mentioned, I would like to bring your attention to two of our upcoming webinars. On April 11th, we will launch our premium 24/7 global English speaking support service. And on April the 19th, we will launch a pay-as-you-go license model targeted to our clients within the managed service provider industry, but also to any other industry organization with strong fluctuations in the licensing model. So please be welcome back for those webinars. We are now in late March. We are launching this remote management service for OP5 Monitor. During the month of April, we will do a release of our modularized value-based add-ons. Add-ons like appliances, accessories, the redundancy service, pollers, peers, mobile apps, logger, and trappers as modularized add-ons to our core product. In May, we will be opening the online e-learning monitoring training center, OP5 Academy. And in parallel in May, start a series of launches of pre-packaged integrations to adjacent third-party solutions. Integrations that will be offered to our clients as fixed price solutions with predetermined deliverables that creates an upgradable integration to solutions like the ones mentioned here, ESLog, ServiceNow, NetApp, Grafana, 3PAR, and EMC. Later in the early summer, we will bring to the market the new versions of our business logic implementation, Business Services version 2, and also release our visualization tool for multi-monitor implementations, the Gridmaster. To our Nordic customers, we would also like to mention the Inspiration Day in Stockholm on May 17th. But OP5 will also be present on a number of international events during the spring. So please visit our website, www.op5.com, to find out where to meet us. We would certainly like to meet with you. And by that, I would like to hand back 2 questions to the audience.
Yes, we hope that you have found the webinar interesting, and some of you may have questions. This presentation will be sent out to you earlier next week, and we hope we will now open the chat function. Please write your question in the chat field. You can, of course, contact your sales contact or write an email to ps@op5.com. So let's see if we have any questions in the chat. I now hand over back to Niklas Hägg, Professional Services Manager.
So far, everything seems to be crystal clear since there are no questions on the chat here. Well, it seems like the chat is working. We got one question here starting. It says, will you be sending out these slides to the participants? Yes, we will. We're going through all the questions here, so just hold on a minute. Okay, we got some questions now. And we got a question from Tony. Could you elaborate your question, please? And then we had a question about what are the different secure connection types you can offer for remote monitoring. That's not decided yet, but we're flexible and we don't see a problem with that. We already today log in and help customers and have this service for remote management. So that's adaptable.
We also got a question about how big our support organization is to handle remote management. Overall, more than 10% of our staff is in services and support. We also have a third party that's handling first-line support for us. So we are definitely equipped to handle this kind of situations and the services, and that's why we're launching it. We have another question about the basic functionalities of the services, and it is a fairly basic remote service management function. It's not a NOC service. We will not be treating any events. We will not be doing anything with the data or the alarms. We are handling and managing our software solution installed at the client side, and that's the core essence of the solution and the value we bring to our customers, so that our clients can focus on taking care of the actions that comes out of events and alarms. What we do is basically the things that were mentioned in the seminar earlier, all this kind of configuration items, upgrade items, and actions like adding and deleting hosts, adding and deleting users, configuring services, setting up templates, do the upgrades, help you best practice on the tool, and continuous improvement how to use a tool, be able to advise you on how to set up, and be also the one who implements new threshold values for KPIs. That is what the service is about, and that's what we'll be doing. So in that sense, it is a fairly basic remote management services. It's not a full-blown NOC service in any way, and that's not the purpose of it. It is that we are remotely managing our own software solution for you.
We got a question here about the SLAs, to develop that a little bit. Well, what we will be doing is, when it comes customer request regarding the deliverables, it will be resolved within 16 working hours from time of ticket being submitted. Problem with the OP5 remote management service connection will be followed up within agreed number of working hours stated in the contract. Upgrade to latest release of OP5 monitor within 3 months from release date. Also, the change requests are submitted in OP5 support ticketing system if there aren't any security issues from the customer side with that. And also, as mentioned before, for this new service, the statement of work for OP5 remote management applies. Not in this presentation though, together with our general terms and conditions. So that's a little bit more about the SLAs.
We had another question about backups and backups processes. So we will adapt to the backup process in place. And within the service, within the remote management service, we will implement the backup functionality that is requested by the customer. Our tool is very flexible when it comes to backups and different kind of scalability and dual functions. So we will do what is needed to satisfy this request, and we will implement what is requested by the customer in terms of backups. We also had a lot of exciting questions about the thesis we gave about future webinars and future functionality. And for this time, we will just have to refer you to the future webinars and what will be made available on the website going forward, and try to focus the last minutes of these webinars to the remote management function. So dear all, thank you for attention. The half hour of the webinar is coming to an end. This has been one of the most well-visited webinars in the history of OP5, so we're excited about that. And we'll be excited about the future of the remote management services. And everyone who's been attending this seminar will soon be contacted by a sales representative to find if this is a suitable solution for you as our client or customer. We would like to thank you for attention and wish you a very good continuing of the day. Thank you very much.